Good morning. It's 10:30. Last day here. I just know it's gonna be super cold today, so kind of trying to figure out what to do that's like inside. But for now, I'm gonna go find something to eat. And then I'm honestly thinking of going to one of those illusion museums because they have one. I've always like thought they were cool. I've never gone, obviously, but it might be cool to go to that. So I'm thinking about doing that, but I'm gonna find something to eat first. I'll show you my fit for Wicked. Fit for tonight. I don't know if you can see the whole thing, but yeah. Bruh, this is wild. I just fell. Whoa. What the heck? Whoa. This is wild. This is one of those true mirrors that like, it's not a reflection, it's how people see you, straight on. Because when I move this way, it's moving that way. What? This is so weird. Tell me why this scared me. Help! Oh my god, this one? What the heck? This is so crazy. Help! He looks so real, but then it's not. The camera's not picking up as well, but look at it. But it's not even real. It looks 3D. Okay, now this one's wild. What the heck? What the heck? What is going on? No. Okay, it's just a white light, and then when I walk towards it, bruh. It's really outing me right now. That's crazy. Wild. Wild. It's actually inside out, but it doesn't even look like it. Same size. This is actually so weird. Like, what the heck? There's two more on the left hand side. Oh my gosh. I'm tripping. Hi. Sorry. my last time walking through Times Square. I'm gonna miss it, I'm not gonna lie. I love how lively it is. All the lights, it's just amazing. And yeah, it's my last time. Okay, I knew I had good seats, but seeing it in person, these are great fucking seats. I know I keep saying seats, it's just one seat, but oh my god. Look at this. I don't know if you can hear, but I hear them like warming up in the back.
And I'm gonna start taking. I'm zooming in, zooming out. Okay, and then I'm gonna do. Oh, you mean like lower? Okay, I'm trying to make it focus. And then a full body and then zoom out. Okay.
All right, this is the debrief of last day in New York. Oh my god, please don't mind my hair. Let's just not. This morning, couldn't figure out what I wanted to do because I didn't want to be outside and I didn't want to spend a lot of money. I ended up going to this cafe first that had 5 stars, and I got a latte and I got a breakfast burrito, but I didn't realize the breakfast burrito had guacamole in it. So that's why I look like that in the video, because I don't like guacamole, but I forced myself to eat it because I paid for it. It's my fault that I didn't see they had guacamole in it. So I ate it, but I did not enjoy it, okay? I will say that's probably the healthiest meal I've had this whole trip though. So there's that. The latte was really good. The Museum of Illusions was just like a 15-minute walk. So I was like, that's okay. I mean, it was still really, really cold outside. And then they had a student discount there too, but it wasn't that good of a discount. It was a lot smaller than I expected. It just had like a downstairs and an upstairs, and it was pretty small, but it was still pretty cool. I mean, I enjoyed it, and asked some people to take my picture on one of the illusions, and yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. But I didn't stay there for long because, like I said, it was pretty small. So after that, I was like, what the heck can I do that's indoors? And then I saw that there was like this shopping center thing, and I was like, ooh, that looks cool. As I looked at the pictures and it was like really fancy. I was like, that looks cool. Let me go there, you know, just to look around. I wasn't gonna buy anything. Well, I bought one thing, but anyway. And somehow I ended up at the World Trade Center. And I'm not saying like I went into the wrong place. This place was connected to the World Trade Center. And I had no idea. I just thought I was going to a shopping mall. So it was this huge, huge, huge place. They had so many shops, so many restaurants. And then there's like a walkway to the World Trade Center. And I tried to go, but then it looked like highly security. So I was like, never mind, let me just turn it back the other way. So I did. Oh my gosh, there was this one shop and it had like the hardest clothes I've ever seen. It was so cool. I wanted those clothes so bad. If I was rich, man, I would have bought half of that store, I'm telling you. And they were like one of a kind things too. And it was so cool, but it was just way too expensive. So I'm like, I need to go there next time and save up for especially that store because I loved the stuff they had there. But then I also went to another store that had pretty cool clothes too. And it was like also one of a kind stuff and it was cheaper. So I did buy a shirt from there. I'll do a haul eventually, but I just packed up all my stuff. So not right now. I was just kind of walking around that shopping center for a while. It was cool to look at. It was like huge. It was fancy. I wanted an excuse to be inside because by then I was done with the shopping mall thing. And so there was like this cookie place. I went there expecting to be able to sit inside and eat, but there were no chairs, nothing. But I was already in there, so I bought a cookies and cream cookie, which was pretty good. I actually ate it indoors, like next door. They had like a weird like patio that was enclosed. So I just ate there and I sat there for a while because I was like, it's so freaking cold and windy. God. So I was like, what can I do now? And Brooklyn Bridge was like a 15-minute walk away, right? And I was like, I saw Brooklyn Bridge yesterday, but I didn't go, obviously. And I didn't realize I was this close to it. And, you know, this is like the farthest I've been from Manhattan so far. So I was like, let me just go there just to see it. And I ended up walking across the whole bridge. I didn't expect to, but it was just such a cool view once I started walking. And I was like, this is so cool. And actually, it wasn't as cold anymore. The sun was shining. It wasn't as windy for that period of time. So I walked across the whole bridge. And it was such a cool sight. And I got to Brooklyn, which was on the other side. Brooklyn was a lot quieter than like Manhattan that I had just gone from and that I've been in. After that, I finally felt like so tired. I had been walking around for so long. I was like, there's nowhere else I can really go. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot to explore in Brooklyn, but I'm just like, I'm like, don't have money to spend. It's cold outside. I'm tired anyway. Let me just go back. So I took the train from Brooklyn back here. I was here for a little bit, just kind of relaxing because I was so tired. And then I was like, okay, it's time to get going. And I left a little early because I wanted to see Times Square one more time because I loved Times Square. So I went to go see that early and took more pictures. And man, I love Times Square. I don't know. It was great. I walked to the Gershwin Theater where Wicked was. I got there pretty early. So when they started letting us in, I was one of the first in the theater. I had some people take my pictures. For some reason, they turned out kind of blurry. I don't know what was going on with my camera during that. I don't know. So I didn't get great pictures, but dang, I tried. That's all that counts. I got a really good seat, which I knew I got a good seat when I got the ticket, but I didn't realize how good it was. I didn't know how close up I was. And I was like, I had such a good view. And actually, I was like a few seats in from the aisle, but there was no one sitting in like the 3 seats next to me. So after the first act ended, I switched my seat to the one by the aisle for an even better view. I'm so glad I did that. Oh my God, it was just so cool to see Wicked that up close. And you know, the first act, I enjoyed the first act a lot, but since I've watched Wicked, which obviously if you know, the Wicked movie that's out right now is part 1. And so I was very familiar because I've seen Wicked like 8 times at this point. So it's not like I was bored, but I was just like, I knew it was gonna happen. I knew almost every line they said. I enjoyed it 1000%. I was locked in, but you know, knowing it so well, it was like familiar to me, right? Obviously, I know what happens in Wicked, but I've never seen the actual Act 2 except for like, you know, bootlegs, but whatever. I was so glad I got the like seat that was closer and I was locked in the whole time. Oh my God, it was amazing. I just cannot wait for part 2 next year. Oh my God, or this year. Wow, this year, yeah. I cannot wait for part 2. I'm so excited. Wicked was amazing, fantastic, phenomenal, great, all of the above. I will say though, and I'm gonna give some constructive criticism, no hate to anyone, but you know, I paid good money for this, so I'm gonna give some criticism when I see it. And I will say, at least in Act 1, to me, in Act 1 specifically, the girl who played Elphaba was just kind of overdoing it a little bit. And she was a great singer, you know, everything was great, okay? I'm not trying to hate on her, but I just thought it was so over the top that it was like not believable. You know what I mean? But I just felt like everyone else did a good job of making it believable while also enunciating the words and getting the emotion out there for the people way in the back. Like, you can do that without having to bring everything over the top. And for me, that first act, it just wasn't super believable for me. And the second act, that changed, and like I said, I don't know why. I think part of it is because kind of her character arc, she's like almost a different person, you know? It's like 5 years later, so obviously they all changed as a person. So I think she just did better acting as the like older Elphaba rather than the like college student Elphaba. I just think maybe that's part of it, or maybe I'm just too used to Cynthia Erivo's Elphaba. I don't know. I didn't think anyone else was over the top, you know? Even though I'm used to Ariana Grande's Glinda, I still, you know, so I don't know. But that's just my opinion. And that's the only thing. Oh my God. And there was this one point, oh my God, it was just so cool. The set was so cool. They literally had like this dragon. I probably have it in one of my pictures, but this dragon, and it moved sometimes. And also, at some point, there's a bunch of monkeys flying around, right? And literally, there was a monkey way up high, and it was like swinging outwards. And I would almost like flinch. I thought the monkey wasn't supposed to do that. I was like, oh my God, did something wrong happen? But then it just started swinging back and forth, not over the stage, like over the audience. And I was like looking up at the monkey the whole time, like, oh my God, that was so cool. And I would not have experienced it the same if I was farther away. You know what I mean? And that's what I love about theaters. Like, any seat you sit in is a different experience because you see it from a different view. And then each show you see is a different experience because you see it on a different day. It's never the same for one single person. And that's what I love. Enough of me rambling, right? Show ends. So sad it's over. Love Wicked. And I'm like, damn, I'm hungry as fuck. I'm so hungry. So I go outside and I just honestly go to the first place I see, and that's a pizza restaurant. I get 2 slices of pizza, and I don't know. After that, my stomach started hurting a little bit. I don't know what the problem was, but it doesn't hurt anymore, so it's probably not a big deal. So after that, you know, I just came here, and there's no other story. I am pretty much packed. I will say, oh my God, I bought way more than I thought I did because I can barely get these things to fit in my luggage. So, oof. Traveling gives me some anxiety, and especially being late, so I hope I get everywhere on time, and I hope I have a safe flight and all that. But I'm gonna still do a vlog tomorrow, but obviously it's not like as adventurous. It's just gonna be kind of like me getting home and probably like a little bit of a reflection or whatever. So if you want to tune in, that's fine. If not, that's cool too. I'm glad you tuned in for these. I overall had a great trip. I will say I'm absolutely exhausted. New York is incredibly overstimulating in the best way. As much as I'll miss it and I'll be sad it's over, I think I'll be glad to just get some rest and relax and be home. So, you know, mix of emotions or whatever, but yeah, that's it. Thank you for tuning in.